When I was 12 years old, I went to my parents. You see, we needed to have a talk. There were some things that needed to be said. And so I said, Father, Mother, it occurs to me that since I'm not going to do what you say, that maybe you can focus raising Marilyn and Gwen and Carl and Al. Marilyn, of course, was the older sister, the obedient, the straight A, good girl. And Gwen, well, Gwen always did the dishes and she always cleaned her room, and you never had to ask her twice to clean the bathroom. And there was Carl, the boy, and then the new baby. I was the one in the middle. I was the spinner child. I was the one who was always on punishment. It's like I had dyslexia of the ear. My parents would say, Cassandra, sit on the porch and don't move. But what I would hear is, go around the block, be free, play, why don't you? So I was constantly from one punishment to one spanking. And it just seemed to me that it would be easier if they would get off my back. So at the age of 12, I went and I made this suggestion. I said, you can spend your time raising Marilyn and Gwen, my older sisters, and Carl, and now there's the new baby, and you can maybe just leave me alone. Well, they looked at me, and now I know, of course, having grown up, that they were trying their hardest not to laugh, to compose themselves. That was about a 9-month pregnant pause before my father spoke, and he asked, he said, had you planned on moving out? I said, oh no, I'm encouraged, because I'm thinking that, you know, that they're buying it, that it's working. I said, no, I thought I'd hang around for a while. And he said, well, as long as you're in my house, you're going to do what I say, when I say. I walked away dejected, thinking something was lost in translation. I mean, it seemed so good in my head, I thought maybe I'd revisit it when I grew up. Well, I tell you what, I have grown up past that point. And I've grown up enough to know that growing up is a process. Things take time. My parents were doing both themselves and me a favor, holding me in chains and within boundaries until I had an opportunity to grow up. It takes what it takes to come into yourself. It's a process. I couldn't wait for it to happen at the age of 12. At my age now, well, I wouldn't mind going back, but I can't. Bottom line, it takes what it takes. And I was growing up at 12. I was still growing up at 25, and I guess I'll still be growing at 52. Or at least I hope so, anyway. This is what I know so far.